GTA 6 being delayed will cause a significant impact on the gaming and console industry, as suggested by a new analysis. It is believed that PS5 and Xbox Series sales will be down by 700,000 this year. Welcome to Autoplay Gaming. Let's get straight into the video. The news about GTA 6's delay was not just disappointing for eagerly waiting fans, but a blow to the gaming industry as a whole. It caused other developers to rethink their release strategies, and now, analysts claim that fewer PS and Xbox consoles will be sold this year. A data firm has estimated that around 700,000 fewer units of PS5 and Xbox Series consoles will be sold this year because of the game's delay. The estimate comes from Ampere Analysis via the game business and its analyst Piers Harding-Rolls. They claim that GTA 6 being pushed back to May 2026 will cause a significant dip in PS5 and Xbox Series X/Series S sales this year. Not just that, PlayStation and Xbox game sales will also drop by 21 million units. Ampere believes that the console industry will experience a $2.7 billion revenue loss this year. The firm adds that the GTA 6 delay will boost sales of the Nintendo Switch 2 this Christmas. Since people will be likely steering away from the PS5 or the Xbox Series consoles, they will be driven towards the Switch 2, which is typically seen as a second device for PS5 owners. In our consumer data, Switch is often seen as a second device for owners of PlayStation 5. The overlap is quite significant. They are in the same competitive sphere, even if the content is not exactly the same, Harding-Rolls reportedly said. Shortly after the delay announcement, it was reported that Take-Two Interactive's shares dropped 15%, and the CEO put out a statement reassuring shareholders. The game did get a second trailer, which quickly became the most viewed video on various platforms, suggesting that the hype around the game is still consistent. Meanwhile, a former Rockstar developer claimed that there will likely not be any more delays to GTA 6. But a recent Bloomberg report claimed that another delay is entirely likely. Just when you'd come to terms with the fact that Grand Theft Auto 6 had been delayed until next year, Rockstar Games goes and drops a brand new trailer. Last week, the video game developer announced that the game had been pushed back to May 2026, shocking fans who were expecting it to land this autumn. It's been 12 years since the last GTA game was released, and the long wait for the most anticipated sequel of all time just became even more agonizing. But earlier, the company released a new 3-minute trailer, giving eager players a stack of new information to dissect in the meantime. Here are some of the highlights. The record-breaking first trailer for GTA 6, published online in late 2023, introduced players to protagonists Jason and Lucia, a couple who live a life of crime in Leonida, the fictional US state where the game is set. We now know a bit more about their backstory. The new trailer opens with Jason doing odd jobs before driving around Vice City, the Miami-inspired location from the 2002 PlayStation 2 game. According to Rockstar, Jason was a troubled teen who joined the army to escape his bad influences, but fell back into crime after returning home. In the trailer, he eventually collects Lucia from prison, where she has been serving time for protecting her family. From there, the clip launches into a montage of action sequences, romantic scenes, and glimpses of the game's wider world. We see the couple carrying out armed heists, partying on a yacht, and riding a jet ski together. According to a description on Rockstar's website, the two want to forge a new life together, but are plunged into the middle of a conspiracy after an easy score goes wrong. While the old guard clings on, it might be time to start preparing for the new norm. I saw someone somewhere saying something like this recently. It's always easier to play the role of doomsayer than the optimist, because far fewer people seem to care if you're wrong when you're predicting something will fail. I'm not sure if that's entirely true, but in writing this one, it is undoubtedly at the back of my mind. This is because I think the video games industry, that is the established order of massive Western developer publishers, each making multiple games that cost hundreds of millions and employing developers in the thousands, isn't just in big trouble now that GTA 6 has been unsurprisingly delayed to mid-2026. I think it's finished. The games industry as we know it is dead. It just doesn't know it yet. All of that brings us to GTA 6, which alongside the Switch 2 has been seen as the last bastion of hope for video games this year. The idea that many, including this writer, have championed here is that GTA's assumed mega popularity would, when it arrived, be a rising tide that lifts all boats for video games, bringing some much-needed public attention back to a medium that has been, perhaps understandably, pushed to one side ever since everyone was let back out in the open after the peak of COVID-19. With GTA 6, the argument goes, video games might just be back on trend again. The problem is TikTok. The thing which largely decides the trends these days actually is the trend itself. GTA 6 will be hot, no doubt, but will it be hotter than the place where you can watch infinite videos about GTA 6 in the palm of your hand? And the many other places like this, Instagram and Facebook and Blue Sky and YouTube Shorts and X, engineered with such savage efficiency to siphon every second of attention you have to spare? What it means for the average Joe consumer is at first not much. There's a big delay to the real impact of this stuff. Developers were warning me about COVID delays to production pipelines as early as February 2020. There'll be fewer AAA games in the traditional sense, and those that remain will be exceptions, either in the dwindling GTA mold. If GTA 6 took 12 years, how long until GTA 7? Does it change the approach entirely to something faster like the olden days? Or even arrive at all? Or from platform holders with secondary incentives, or the still independent studios such as Larian that know their limits and need only turn enough profit to fund the next one? Or, as we're already seeing, in the form of ever more prevalent remasters and ports of games that seem to barely come out yesterday. The pessimist take, and I appreciate this whole thing has felt rather gloomy, so do bear with me, would be that it ends there. That the brain drain of this medium's extraordinary creative talent is permanent. That developers join TV producers at the supermarket shelves, and we simply get fewer of the things we love. The optimist in me, however, hopes for something different. The alternative is this: that we see more upstart studios from laid-off or disaffected developers where the stretched funding allows it. That we see more people looking to Larian, or to the smaller-scale likes of Hello Games or Supergiant, or even smaller Santa Ragione or Simogo. That more of the larger developer publishers begin to finally, slowly learn their lessons and look to CD Projekt, or Capcom and Nintendo in Japan. That the global shift in power continues with more games from South Korea, China, and more. And that the independent scene continues to fight on, not as a savior given its inherent instability and tremendous risk. The industry as we know it might be crumbling, but there will be a new one to replace it. The games industry is dead. Long live the games industry and all that. Whatever form that new industry takes, the very human urge to create and to play will always outweigh the things which seek to squash it. Thanks for being part of the community. We love hearing your thoughts in the comments, so let us know what you think. And if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest content.